Hey everyone, happy Tuesday. I am actually here on the church campus today to talk to you about another spiritual formation practice. Now this one is one of my absolute favorites and I have been saving it for when we were getting closer to being able to be on campus. And since we are hoping that that day is approaching, I figured I would share it with you now. So, one of my absolute favorite spiritual practices is the prayer labyrinth. Now, I'm going to give you a look right here. We actually have a prayer labyrinth here at our church. It is behind our youth activity center. So, here's the here's the church and the youth activity center. You can sort of see that. Back behind those things is the prayer labyrinth. Now, what is a prayer labyrinth and why on earth would you want to walk it? It sort of just looks like a maze. So, it is a tool for focusing your prayers and your thoughts on God. And personally, I enjoy it because you get the chance to be out in nature and be out in part of God's creation, right? So, it's a path marked out, and it is, in this case, marked out in stone, but you can find them in parking lots, you can find them on carpet. There are prayer labyrinths all over. Okay, so when you enter the prayer labyrinth, you are focused on confession. Okay, you can focus on talking to God, okay, and confessing what you've got going on in your life. When you get to the center of the prayer labyrinth, you can, there are two different ways to look at it. You can stop and read a scripture, or you can stop and wait on the presence of God if you don't already feel the presence of God. The last time that I walked it, that was quite meaningful to me. It was to stop in the middle of the labyrinth and just wait for the Lord. Okay? So, on the way out, you pray for others, for yourself. You rejoice in what God has shown you, and you exit the labyrinth with renewed purpose and with a renewed and closer relationship with God. So, prayer labyrinths are quite possibly one of my favorite things, and I was overjoyed when I joined this church almost 9 years ago to discover that we had a prayer labyrinth. It's been here that long. So, I encourage you, if you get the chance to come out here by yourself, to take a walk through the prayer labyrinth and see what God would lay on your heart and say to you through that. If you are not up to going out of your house just yet, that does not mean that you cannot experience or enjoy a prayer labyrinth. It's pretty easy to just Google finger prayer labyrinth and print one out that you can use to trace with your fingers. And if you want to have the experience of nature, you could go out in your back or front yard and do it there. But I hope that at some point in the upcoming months, you have the chance to come outside to our church prayer labyrinth and walk it and experience both the beauty of God's creation in nature and also experience a time of growing closer to God. Miss you guys. Hope to see you soon. Bye.